Hey there, Radio's Magic fans, Duhad here from End to End and To the End. Just want to let you guys know, going into this, that this episode was originally written and polled around episode 3 of season 4. So if it is a little bit out of date, then that's just because there's been some delays, and it doesn't necessarily reflect our opinions of the new season. So, having said that, let's get into the list. Hello everyone, or should I say every pony?
No, you shouldn't.
My name is Duhad.
And I am the Lightning Rabbit.
And today we are going to tell you about radiosmagic.org's top 10 best ponies.
And non-ponies from My Little Pony Friendship is Magic.
I was going to say that.
Well, I said it first.
That was my line.
Well, maybe you should have given me more lines then.
Yeah, well...
Duhad here has compiled lists of the top 10 favourite characters from the members of Radio is Magic, as well as a few of their partners. Then, with a little help from the magic of grade school algebra, found out what the average opinion was on each.
Basically, the higher they rated their characters, the more points they got, and the characters with the highest points made it on this list.
So just keep in mind that a character not being on the list or being low on it does not mean that no one likes them.
Yeah, just that most people who don't like them. Like Trixie.
You're just doing that to irritate Fireball, aren't you?
Sorry dude, numbers don't lie. Though to be fair, her voice actress almost made the list with Queen Chrysalis.
And on that note, beating her by only 2 points, number 10, Apple Bloom and Scootaloo with 21 points. Wait, what?
Yeah, there was a tie. That's not the only one either.
If Twilight Sparkle is the de facto leader and central protagonist of the main Six's pony ensemble, then Apple Bloom holds the same place for the Cutie Mark Crusaders. While she may lack her big sister's honesty, her grandmother's wisdom and her big brother's patience, she makes up for it in sheer determination if nothing else. In a lot of ways, Apple Bloom is the kid who thinks that they are, or at least should be treated as one of the big kids, while not being nearly as mature as they think they are. It's a place that a lot of us have been in, and one that is not hard to see adults and kids being able to really relate to. Plus, Michelle Krieber, who voices Apple Bloom and who is the singing voice of Sweetie Belle, has in some ways even outshone Tara Strong and John Delancey in the field of getting involved in the fanbase. It's rare to see a show staff as willing to go hands-on with its fans as much as MLP's has, and Michelle Krieber's attendance at cons, interviews with fan groups, and collaborations with fan celebrities like Mando Pony and Black Griffin has gone a long way toward winning over the hearts and minds of the fans.
Blah! We go all mushy on me right out of the gate, Lightning. Fortunately, Ponyville's coolest filly is here to kick things up a notch. Every kid growing up has a hero. Someone who exemplifies who and what they want to be. For some kids, it's their parents. For some, it's a fictional hero, like Superman or Indiana Jones. And for others, it's a real-life person who lives the life that they want to lead. Obviously, Scootaloo falls squarely into the last camp, worshipping Rainbow Dash to the point of fangirling over her. A rainbow geek, a tomboy, a daredevil, with a nearly suicidal love of thrill-seeking stunts, our favorite pint-sized Pegasus does it all. All, that is, except the one thing she wants to do to match her idol, and the one thing that she may never well be able to do. That's right, according to Lauren Faust, her idea for Scootaloo was that she was, in fact, permanently crippled and unable to fly, and that her eventual character arc would be to learn to live the life that she had to the fullest, rather than just wishing for the one thing that she didn't have. I don't know about you, but that's the kind of amazing story that makes me glad that Scootaloo shares a spot with Apple Bloom at number 10.
Number 9, Zecora with 24 points. The Zebra Alchemist of the Everfree was originally supposed to play a role similar to Celestia to Twilight Sparkle, acting as a mentor and guide, but one more involved with the adventure side of things. As things changed and Twilight ended up needing far less direct guidance, Zecora's role on the show sided more into that of a reoccurring guest, and occasionally as a sort of mentor to Apple Bloom.
But you can't add a character as cool as a rhyming zebra, with some sort of West African Caribbean island aesthetic, and have no people sort of fall in love with her.
While Zecora has not taken off quite as much as other frequently reoccurring characters like the princesses or beloved background ponies like Durfee and Lyra, there is no denying that she was and remains an excellent addition to an excellent show.
She also provides a valuable lesson about not being xenophobic.
Yes, and not many kids' shows have lessons about not being a bigot, so kudos. Number 8, Sweetie Belle with 25 points.
Best CMC!
Maybe it's her rocky, but ultimately loving relationship with her older sister which makes her relatable to anyone who grew up with an older sister or brother who they did not always get along with. Maybe it's because she is the most childlike and emotionally immature of the Crusaders, who is first to turn to help when trouble arises.
Maybe it's her wonderful singing voice provided by Michelle Creeper, or her squeaky toy made flesh voice provided by the adorable Claire Collette, or possibly just that of all the CMC, she kinda comes off as the slowest. No matter the reason, you cannot deny the love for Sweetie Belle.
Of course, the fact that Friendship is Witchcraft turned her into Sweetie Bot and the Mentally Advanced series / Rainbow Dash Presents turned her into Thrakazard,
the normal, magical talking pony,
hardly hurt her popularity.
That's right. In fact, until Sisterhood Social helped to define her relationship with Rarity, she was honestly the least defined of the CMC. Apple was the go-to character for single Philly stories involving the Cutie Mark Crusaders, and Scootaloo had that brazen personality which was really easy to help define even in scenes where she wasn't the main character. It also helped that all the scenes that the Cutie Mark Crusaders were in tended to boil down to something along the lines of they try and do something to get their cutie marks, Scootaloo proposes something dangerous, the other two get scared, or something happens that's adorable, Scootaloo acts disgusted, the other two act adorable. Sweetie Belle didn't have the defined personality.
Right. While there were exceptions, naturally, either Sweetie Belle's scenes tended to use her either as a seconded to Applebloom's role, as the reasonable one, or as a mirror to Scootaloo when they were following Applebloom's plans / reacting to her problems.
But fortunately, she's been allowed to come into her own and secure her place as RIME's number 8 best pony, which is also my lucky number.
Number 7. With 32 points, it's a tie between Rainbow Dash and Princess Celestia.
Okay, so the first tie had the connection that they were both Cutie Mark Crusaders, and there's a thematic connection with the third tie coming up. But this one, they can both fly? Yeah, I got nothing.
Well, the same cannot be said for either of these fine flying fillies. First, the fastest flash of furiously fantastic fanbase flattering fantasy, Rainbow Dash. Originally meant to be based on the classic G1 heroine Firefly, Lauren Faust's personal favourite pony from the original series, this character was only changed to the latter gen character of Rainbow Dash after a conflict with Fox forced them to change the name since they wanted to sell toys labelled as Firefly.
Proving that Fox cares more about preventing other people from doing something even tangentially related to Firefly than actually making something wonderful themselves. No big surprise.
Yes, well, Rainbow Dash has not gone without a bit of controversy, even after the name and colour change, as one of the most infamous early articles about the show, My Little Homophobic Racist Smart-Shaming Pony by Kathleen Richer, used Rainbow Dash's hair to accuse the show of homophobia by posting that it was proof that Rainbow Dash was 1, a lesbian, and 2, a negative butch lesbian stereotype, due to her tomboyish nature.
Seems legit.
Indeed. Naturally, this helped to draw in some of the original 4chan ironic viewership that helped to give the fandom its initial leg up, which hardly hurt that rainbow-haired Pegasus's rise to prominence as the visual shorthand for the Brony fandom.
That, and the fact that the show's official logo is bright pink, which is a bit hard to hold up as a "it's not just for little girls" banner.
That too. But whether you love her for her importance to the show's history or because you find her devil-may-care, free-spirited and ultra-competitive audacity relatable, you are certainly not alone.
But neither is she.
I see what you did there.
Yes, because sitting with her at number 7, our beloved and benevolent Princess Celestia!
Boo!
Yeah, in a rather amusing twist of irony, Luna, whose in-universe motivation was that she felt unappreciated compared to her older sister, has completely eclipsed the Sun Princess in the fandom. Even so, Celestia still stands tall as an exemplary mentor character. Wise and kind, regal, but willing to have a little lighthearted fun with her subject, the ruler of Equestria's appearances in the show are sometimes scarce, but always welcome.
Even if she does show up almost never in time to fix things, and the one time she did go mono-a-mono with a villain, she got her butt kicked.
Well, unless you count that issue 4 of the IDW main comic series bonus story, where we see that she and Spike saved Counterlot from a horde of kaiju-sized cockatrices, while the main 6 were out saving the Cutie Mark Crusaders from the Changelings.
That was pretty cool, even if phrasing it like that makes us sound like huge nerds.
Meh, if the shoe fits right. Anyway, while it is true that she does not fix every problem that crops up, that works well in the show's favor by making it clear that any victory is earned by our protagonist, and when Celestia does get directly involved, either to clean up the problem, as in Lesson 0, or to fail to stop the big bad, as in the Season 2 finale, That's there to show that things have gotten truly, unprecedentedly bad. She's the Dumbledore of MLP, and I, for one, would not have it any other way.
Number 6, with 37 points, it's Q.
Frequently appearing in this show in roles ranging from the directly villainous to the somewhat helpful, in a rather unhelpful way, his popularity on the show's roster of foes was rivaled only by that of the Borg, who he had a large hand in tipping off to the presence of the Federation anyway. While his final appearance on the show would be to send it off with a bang, he would reappear along with the Borg on Deep Space Nine and Voyager.
That can't be right.
On the contraire, mon ami, he's back! John Delancey is playing the immortal again, the omnipotent again!
Swell.
Oh, don't fret, Lightning Rabbit. His good fortune is our good fortune. While John Delancey playing Discord is essentially an impish version of Q, may not lead to a mariachi band and lovely ladies feeling up Michael Dorn, it does mean that we are not only getting one of the funniest and most entertaining villains the show has ever produced, but also the support and legitimacy of having John Delancey championing the fandom to people who would otherwise not have paid it little mind except to disparage it and pointing out how wrong it sounded to have, grown men watching a kid show.
That's certainly not bad. All joking aside, the writers of the show, Faust included, wrote Discord with Q in mind, going so far as to force anyone who had not grown up with Star Trek to watch all the Q episodes to get a feel for the character they wanted. After that, they went looking for the person who could best capture the spirit of Q, who they could actually convince to come on the show. To their surprise, they found out that Delancey, who had, after years of working in the television genre, moved into projects along with fellow Starship alumni, Leonard, please stop calling me Spock, Nimoy, was still more than willing to do the part. A few months and a few thousand fan letters later, Delancey was a committed fan of the fans, and he had since appeared in 3 more episodes of the show, making Discord the only reoccurring villain in the series, discounting the comics, flashbacks, and Trixie, who was only moved from being mildly antagonistic to outright villainous in her second appearance.
As a fun final fact, Discord is pretty much the only character to actually beat Luna in an Equestria Daily poll, with the exception of their worst pony poll, which Trixie won by a landslide.
You just threw that in there to take another cheap shot at Trixie, didn't you?
Sorry, dude. I'm a Rarity fan who discovered the wheel and built the Eiffel Tower out of metal and brawn. That's the kind of fan I am. Fireball's just a Trixie fan with a small brain. With a brain a third the size of me. It's science.
What was that from?
Anchorman.
Right. Well, on that note, number 5, Rarity with 43 points.
I would have preferred her to be even higher, but beating Rainbow Dash isn't half bad.
Indeed it is not, especially considering that Rarity has a bit of an uphill battle when it came to winning over the hearts and minds. Representing the most traditionally feminine characteristics, Rarity has been seen by many fans who we have talked to as being the worst of the main 6, often even the worst pony overall. Her whiny, hoity-toity, and occasionally greedy disposition, combined with a set of goals that largely revolve around the kind of high society, high fashion, marry a handsome prince mindset that is often considered symptomatic of the Disney princess mindset. The poor girl got a fair bit of flack from all sides.
But soft but light through yonder grey clouds break. It is good characterization, and Rarity is the beneficiary. Between her interactions with other characters, in particular her younger sister Sweetie Belle, Rarity has, with a few subpar characterizations in a handful of episodes, been allowed to demonstrate a strength and complexity of character that can arguably be called one of the strongest ones on the show.
If you're a fanboy.
Quite you. She may actively lie to get what she wants, while pushing off work that she'd promised to do for her friends till it was literally too late to actually fix things at the last minute, or yell at her sister out of frustration, or trick one of her best friends into helping her borrow ancient works of art by telling her that it was literally the most important thing she had ever needed. But she's also willing to swallow her pride and sacrifice her own dreams for her friend's success, and is the only character to more or less instantly forgive her sister and her friends for making a mockery of her. So while Rarity might be deeply, deeply flawed, she's also a good person at heart who grows consistently through the course of the show and who proves that being quote-unquote girly does not mean that you are either a perfect little princess or a hateful diva.
So you're saying that most shows would have had Rarity end up as being either like Cadence at best or Diamond Tiara at worst?
Exactly! So Rarity For breaking the mold, we salute you!
Also because she has the best microcomic.
And a lot of the best songs. Which is fitting because she was originally going to be the element of inspiration before generosity was considered to be a better fit / quality to aspire to.
And because she is voiced by Best Pony.
I'm pretty sure Tabitha St. Germain is not a pony.
Yes, but do you know what she is?
What's that?
I'll tell you in the next episode.